So Hare Krishna, welcoming all the devotees for this all auspicious Srimad Bhagavatam class, shloka number 1.5.28. So I request any one devotee to be my chorus while I share my screen for the shloka. Hare Krishna, who will be my chorus today?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shloka number 1.5.28. Itthaṁ śarat-prāvṛṣikāv harer.
Itthaṁ śarat-prāvṛṣikāv harer.
viśṛṇvato anusavam yaśo malam. viśṛṇvato anusavam yaśo amalam. saṅkīrtyamānam munibhir mahātmabhir.
saṅkīrtyamānam munibhir mahātmabhir.
bhaktiḥ pravṛttātma-rajas-tamopahā.
bhaktiḥ pravṛttātma-rajas-tamopahā.
Thank you, Mataji. Now we shall read one by word meaning. Itthaṁ, does, sharat, autumn, pravṛṣikāsu, rainy season, ritu, 2 seasons, harer, of the Lord, viśṛṇvataḥ, continuously hearing, me, myself, anusavam, constantly, yaśaḥ, amalam, unadulterated glories, saṅkīrtyamānam, chanted by munibhir, the great sages, mahā-ātmabhiḥ, great souls, bhakti, devotional service, pravṛttātma, begin to flow, atma, living being, raja, mode of passion, tama, mode of ignorance, upahā, vanishing. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus, during 2 seasons, the rainy season and autumn, I had the opportunity to hear these great soul sages constantly chant the unadulterated glories of the Lord Hari. As the flow of my devotional service began, the covering of the mode of passion and ignorance vanished. So who is speaking this?
Narada Muni.
Narada Muni. Thank you, Mataji. So we'll read the translation one more time. Thus, during 2 seasons, the rainy season and the autumn, I had the opportunity to hear these great soul sages constantly chant the unadulterated glories of Lord Hari. As the flow of my devotional service began, the covering of the modes of passion and ignorance vanished. Purport. Transcendental loving service of the Supreme Lord is the natural inclination of every living being. The instinct is dormant in everyone, but due to association of material natures, the modes of passion and ignorance cover this from the time immemorial. If by the grace of the Lord and the great souled devotees of the Lord, a living being fortunate enough to associate with the unadulterated devotees of the Lord and gets a chance to hear the unadulterated glories of the Lord, certainly, I think I missed that one line, I'll read it again. A living being becomes fortunate enough to associate with the unadulterated devotees of the Lord and gets a chance to hear the unadulterated glories of the Lord. Certainly, the flow of devotional service takes place like the flow of a river. As the river flows on till she reaches the sea, similarly, pure devotional service flows by the association of pure devotees till it reaches the ultimate goal, namely transcendental love of God. Such a flow of devotional service cannot stop. On the contrary, it increases more and more without limitation. The flow of devotional service is so potent that any onlooker also becomes liberated from the influence of the modes of passion and ignorance. These 2 qualities of nature are thus removed and living beings is liberated being situated in his original position. Om ajnanatimirandasya jnananjanashalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam sthapitam yena bhutale swayam rupa kadamayam dadati swapadantikam vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapad Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitanya Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shah. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastate Tapt Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate grimvit kapatam Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramanandavadham Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So Hare Krishna. So very nice shloka today and very nice explanation Prabhupada is giving in the purport. So I will be navigating you through some screens, couple of screens, and I have also got some statistics to show you. So just please help me and keep confirming that you are able to see the screens. So I'm going to share a reference from Bhagavad Gita and of course after Srimad Bhagavatam being referred. So are you able to see the screen with the shloka, today's shloka?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you for confirming. So if you see here in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning transcendental loving service of the Supreme Lord is the natural inclination of every living being. The instinct is dormant in everyone, but due to the association of material nature of mode of passion and ignorance, cover this from time immemorial. So Prabhupada is mentioning that this love of God is already there, and there is a word used called dormant. Have you heard of the term dormant volcanoes? The students who are reading, they would have heard this, active volcano, dormant volcano, etc. So the meaning of dormant is that it is already there. It can come out at any point of time. So dormant is not dead. So same way Prabhupada is using this very important and nice term here that it is dormant in everyone. And it can come out, but why it is not coming out? Because it is covered by modes of passion and ignorance from time immemorial. So when I was doing Bhakti Shastri, so I was, going through the shloka, Bhagavad Gita 3.27. Let me just share my screen. So 3.27, one second. Yes. Are you able to see 3.27?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So this shloka, it is mentioned, Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimodhatma kartaham iti manyate. The spirit soul bewildered by the influence of false ego thinks himself the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by three modes of material nature. Okay. So we think out of ahankar that I am the doer, I am the one who is doing everything. But how foolish we are that we do not know that how this material world is working, how our body is working. We don't even know that what our body is consisting of. Once one person was asking Prabhupada, Prabhupada, we are all God. I am God, you are God, everybody is God. So Prabhupada said, no, people who say I am God, you are God, they are not God, they are dog. So Prabhupada said, you think you are God, so you must be knowing everything about this creation. So this person said, yeah, I know quite a lot of things about this creation. So Prabhupada said, you forget about this creation, you do not know how many hairs are there in your body. So how can you say that you know everything about this universe? So you cannot be God. So the point here is that we think that we are the doer, when the when a doctor is doing an operation in the operation theater and the operation is successful, so the doctor is congratulated by many people, and he is also thinking that, yes, I am a very successful surgeon. I have done this surgery very nicely, correct? But Radheshyam Prabhuji was mentioning in a lecture that when the same doctor goes and the operation fails, so that time the doctor is putting the blame on the God. He says that I have tried everything, but maybe the God only doesn't want him to live. But see, when the success comes, that time he does not say that it is by the mercy of God, I have done nothing. So this is the material nature. We try to claim something which is not for us. And in the same manner, out of ahankara, we think that I am the doer. Okay. Now let me share you another screen. This is an Excel sheet. Prabhuji, can you confirm if you see my Excel sheet?
No, Prabhu, not yet. We are still seeing the screen now.
I'll just stop share and reshare again. I think it is coming up. Yes.
Yes,
Is it?
Prabhu.
So here, all of you, you can just pay some attention for 2 minutes. You see here, mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. I am very sure while reading Bhagavad Gita, you would have seen that picture wherein 3 ladies are, holding people, and they are making them dance as per their tune. Okay. So you see this mode of goodness. So normally what happens, so this is our 100%, okay, out of 100%, when I calculate, this is 50 plus, okay, not 100, I will make this 30. So now this becomes 100%, okay? No, not now. I think now it is, no, 50 and 20, yeah. So now it is 100%. So see here, normal people, they associate in the mode of goodness. Mode of goodness is what, Krishna consciousness is above the mode of goodness. But normally I'm saying people who do charity, who do good deeds, who are very truthful. So say, when we associate with such people, we get their qualities, okay? So say we are associating with them for only 10% of our entire activity. So now this is 30 plus 20, 50, 60, and another 20 I will add here. So it becomes 40. So now it is 70, 80, another 20 I'll add here. So it becomes 100%. You see here, 10% when we associate with the mode of goodness people. So our graph on goodness is this much. But when we are associating with, and the same time we are associating with the mode of passion people, so our graph for mode of passion is this much. And ignorance graph is always high. So this is a normal tendency. People associate here 30% and mode of ignorance is 60%. So mode of ignorance, tamasic, association doesn't mean only people. It can be by eating tamasic food, and mode of passion, it can be eating very, very spicy and, chatpata food. And mode of goodness is very, very sattvic food. So the problem here is that we say that in Kali Yuga population, people are taking all wrong decisions. They are making all havoc in the society and creating troubles. It is because they are associating with mode of ignorance highest. You see this graph is very high. So because when this graph is very high, the mode of passion and goodness, they don't have a chance here. But when a devotee starts going to the temple, so you see, we do 2 hours of japa, then we read half an hour scriptures, and then we hear lectures 1 hour, 1 hour to 1.5 hours, and we associate with the devotees, we speak to the devotees, we talk to the devotees for the services. So I can say easily around 40%, we are giving to the mode of goodness here, okay, above mode of goodness. And then our passionate activities, we can say, okay, 30%, and another 30% remains in ignorance when we are not able to get up in the morning, chanting, and sometimes we are tired, lazy. So this is our normal platform. And you see here, when a devotee does like this, he has a chance, he is having mode of goodness better. So in Bhakti Shastri, Prabhuji was explaining, Rajvihari Prabhuji, that first thing is that we need to, come to the level of mode of goodness. Then we can think about, progressing towards Shuddha Sattva and, Krishna conscious activities. So if we are not even at this level, we don't stand a chance. Now let me take you back to that shloka 3.27 where Prabhupada is mentioning in the translation, Krishna is saying that people think I am the doer, but we are not the doer. These 3 modes of, modes actually are the doers. All our, entire control lies with one point, which is called association of Vaishnavas. If we are associating with the Vaishnavas, then our mode of goodness is going to be very high. Sometimes it can go to 90% when we see sannyasis or Guru Maharaj coming up, Guru Maharaj coming and sannyasis are coming. So our mode of ignorance, goodness is very high. And you see, when the mode of goodness is very high by the visit of senior Vaishnavas, sannyasis, or when we have our programs, like yesterday we had a very nice program. So our mode of goodness is very high. And this point of time, the decisions which we take are very, very nice decisions. We decide to come to the temple. We decide to read Prabhupada books daily. We decide to report our sadhana to our seniors. We decide that we are going to be progressing towards making Bangalore as first Krishna conscious city. So this happens when we are associating with mode of goodness people. Okay? So entire thing depends upon this point. I will highlight this. It's very important that we are associating with the nice people, with the right devotees. Okay. Now let me take you back to today's shloka 1.28. So in that shloka, what do you think? How much time does Narad Muni took to come to the platform of self-realization by the association of the Vaishnavas? How many months' time? Is it 1 month, 2 months, or is it like 1 year?
Chaturmasya, Prabhu, 4 months.
4 months. Thank you, Prabhuji. So 4 months he took, right? It just took 4 months for him to come to the platform of self-realization. How many years we are in Krishna consciousness? I am there from last 10 years. That struggle is there. The problem is that we are just, we don't hear properly. You would have seen in the olden days when there is an announcement, the king, people from the king, they will come and with the drum and they will beat dum 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 dum, and they will say suno 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 suno, and then people will gather. Some announcement is there. So we should be very careful with our hearing part. If we don't hear properly, then our progress, it is very, very difficult. We cannot progress. We forget about progressing. We will go in depression. We will start disliking the deity worship. We will start disliking our chanting. We will start disliking going in the association of the Vaishnavas. And mind you, if you think this happens to the people who are in the very, very beginner stage, it is not like that. It happens to the people who advance more, because when we grow in Krishna consciousness, the very first step Maya Devi does is that she tells you that you are very great. You are very, very powerful. You are such a nice person. See, your chanting is so nice. You see that you are reading regularly. You see that you are always making right decisions. So Maya Devi, when she is telling this to you, you should be very, very careful that, okay, now this is the time that I am going to fall down, because Maya Devi is telling me that I am very, very good. So when we are associating with the Vaishnavas, especially with our seniors and our juniors, so that point of time, our seniors will say, you are not perfect. There is this problem with you. You are a rascal. You are thinking you are doing very good service, but see, there are so many problems in your service. And that point of time, we should understand, okay, yes, thank you, Krishna, thank you, my dear Lord, thank you, Guru Maharaj, that, I was going to fall down because Maya Devi was dictating me. She was telling that you are very good, very great. Why do you need to go with these devotees? They have got so many problems. And then we will try to separate us from the devotees and we will fall down. But see, because of the mercy of the Vaishnavas, seniors, and guidance, we are able to get these opportunities, right? I'll talk about myself. I don't know about others, but see, when we get this nice opportunity of giving Srimad Bhagavatam class early in the morning, so which means we need to sit and prepare. And when we sit and prepare, there comes nice realizations, and then we feel heartful thanks to the senior Vaishnavas that they have given this opportunity, wherein we are sitting and preparing for these classes. So these classes are not for others. Actually, when I speak,
Krishna Hare.
Hare
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for covering up. So I don't know till where you have heard. So I was mentioning.
You said the senior devotees would help us identify our mistakes, and help us too. So
thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Yes, nice point. Okay, so we were talking about that. Senior devotees are going to keep us in the right frame of mind, and Maya Devi, that way we will not fall down. There will not be any fall down because we are in the association of the Vaishnavas. So today we have understood that we don't decide, our actions. We are not the doer. The doers are the three modes of material nature: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And with the help of that graph, we have understood that all we need to do is take us with to that association. When there is a sector program, when there is a circle program, when there is Sunday feast, when there are senior Vaishnavas, Maharajas coming, all we have to do is just drag us to their association. Many times mind will say, no, I don't want to go. There is why should I go? So many things. Just drag yourself and go there. rest everything the Vaishnavas will do. So then our graph of goodness will be high, and then we will be making the right decision for our Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, we will be just hankering for the sense enjoyment. And remember, nobody has become satisfied by the sense enjoyment. Have you seen any one person who says that I was heavily in the sense gratification? I wanted to drink, so I drank and drank and drank for like 3-4 days. Then I became satisfied, and now I become a sadhu. Have you heard somebody like this? Never ever in your life you would have heard. But on the contrary, if you see, when we start doing tapasya, when we start controlling our senses, start engaging our senses in the service of the Lord, then we become perfect. Human life is for tapasya. It is not for doing sense gratification like a hog. Rupa says that if you are trying to do sense gratification, then there is no difference between you and a hog. A hog can do better sense gratification because he has got more than one wife. He's got 12 wives and 2 dozen children. So if you want to do sense enjoyment, then we are heading towards taking a body of a hog. And hog, he is lying in the stool and he is rolling and playing in the stool, and he is thinking that he is enjoying. And nowadays people are also looking for that kind of enjoyment. I think sometime back Prabhuji had shown one video wherein these people they were running in the mud, they were playing in the mud, rolling in the mud, and saying that this is out of the box enjoyment. So it is not out of the box enjoyment. Mind you, it is just the preparation of the hog body. You're already become a hog. So let us not become hog. Let's try to become a good devotee and help and serve the Vaishnavas. Make this place a better place. This place will become better place not by singing a song, but by practicing Krishna consciousness very, very seriously with a lot of purity, and giving this Krishna consciousness. Yesterday in our house, Ujjwal Prabhu was giving class, and he said that the best charity, if you say you are making hundreds and lakhs of the hospitals, you are donating a lot of food, you are doing so many things. That is one side, and making one devotee as Krishna conscious devotee is on the other side. So the other side is always heavier, that you made one person a Krishna conscious devotee. So in this example, we see that Narad Maharishi, he served the Vaishnavas for 4 months. And just by serving 4 months and hearing Prabhupada saying unadulterated glories of the Lord by unadulterated devotees of the Lord. Okay, so that is called hearing. If we hear, then our dormant Krishna consciousness will be awakened very, very rapidly. Just associate with the Vaishnavas and hear the Krishna Katha. So I will end with this last point. Our Guru Maharaj, he was in one of the hospital. So in the hospital, he was, there was a lady who was very, very depressed. And, this lady comes to our Guru Maharaj and she says that, oh, sannyasi, please help me, because my son, he is very young and he is in coma, and he is not getting up from so many, so many months. And I'm an old lady. I don't know how do I bear these expenses, and I don't want to see my son dying like this, because he's alive, but he's like a dead person. So that point of time, Guru Maharaj gave immediate solution. He told to call the nurse. So the nurse came, and Guru Maharaj said, he told the nurse that, you do one thing, along with your medicines, he did not say any particular sannyasi or Maharaj. He told the nurse, you please read Srimad Bhagavad Gita to this person morning and evening continuously, even though he's in coma. So the nurse was bewildered. The person was in coma. How can he hear, Bhagavad Gita? Here, people are sitting in the Bhagavatam class and they are dreaming something. They are, I'm not talking about here, but I mean to say, normally in the Bhagavatam class, we feel sleepy. So when person is all alive, active, they don't hear. So how is this person in coma will hear Bhagavad Gita? So Guru Maharaj said, you just follow this and things will be fine. Krishna will take care. So that point of time, nurse agreed to what Guru Maharaj said, and she started reciting Bhagavad Gita daily to this person who was in coma. So 1 day went, 2 days went, 3 days went, and 4th day the person was up. Can you believe that? Just by hearing Bhagavad Gita, the 4th day the person was up, and he was, so he was asked, how did you, you come back? What happened to you? We were giving you medicines from so many months, and suddenly you woke up. So this person, he revealed, he said, you were reading something And because of that reading, I'm brought back to my senses. I could see that, I could hear that, something is going on. You are reading something daily. And just by that hearing, this person woke up from coma. So you can understand the people can wake up from coma. People can, when we are sleeping, so if something is happening, some sound is there, so we can wake up by hearing. So that hearing, Krishna has given us these ears. So it is not to hear all that nonsense which keeps entering in our ears, and from that it starts disturbing our mind and our Krishna consciousness. So we need to be very careful in our hearing. Our hearing should be the right matters which is going to help us, the Krishna conscious matter, the Krishna Katha. And I was listening to one lecture, in that one Prabhuji was mentioning, it is sure, and here also Prabhupada is mentioning, like the river, it is destined to enter the sea. It is a matter of time. So in the same manner, we can definitely waken up our Krishna consciousness if we are constantly hearing the glories of the Lord. If we are hearing once in a year, then it is like watering the plant after 1 year. So the plant will dry. We need to water, even though a small amount, but daily. Daily watering is very, very important. And that is why daily hearing is very important. So today's topic was miracles happen by hearing Krishna Katha. So I hope we all will take benefit out of it. And if I have done any mistakes, I seek your sincere, please forgive me, your forgiveness. And with this, we will end. If you have any questions, please feel free to come forward. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Patita Pavan Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.